Okay, we're back out here in the shop. Can't remember exactly where I left off in the last video, but we have a little bit of bad news, which I'll throw a picture up on the screen for y'all. I have to redo those openings in the rails because I didn't take into account the door trim. The doors fit, but not the outside trim. So I made a mark right here. You can see this little mark right here. I've got to move everything that way, because that's where I need to have clearance there. Over here, it's just barely there, so I got to cut and move these that way. So, anyways, that's what we got to do. I do have some pretty cool new news. Is you can see the sweet new helmet right here. Yes Welder. These gloves, they say Yes Welder. And I got some welding wire. So we have a new sponsor on the channel, Yes Welder. They are sending out a new welder for me as well, so that I don't have to use my brother's. I was hoping that would be in by now, but it is not. So we will use my brother's welder for the time being, and then as soon as we get my new welder in, we'll use that. But anyways, I'm going to set y'all up again, and we're going to do some grinding. What I'm probably going to do also is grind down, I know I just painted it, but I'm going to grind down the top of all the rails, probably right here on the fender, because you can see all this kind of like bubbling rock chips. Grind that down best I can, throw a new coat of paint on, and we should be good to go. I'm just out here dreaming, while my second still collecting its fifth jar of shine. I think about the feeling of growing old and being in love again. It's time I start believing I can change my ways and get just what I want. I'm never settling or doing what I never need to again. And so I gotta write myself, take a trip out to the west, and not knowing where I'm going, but knowing it's for the best. So I gotta write myself. Got that all cut, re-welded, and repainted. It does look a lot better after grinding off this top coat and then just spraying a quick coat. You can see the grind marks, but you know, it is what it is. I didn't have like a little wire wheel that I could have used to make it real smooth, so it is what it is. The only other thing I might do is actually spray these fenders with some like truck bed coating to give them that tough look. But here we are. Here's our new welded parts. Not the most beautiful welds you've ever seen in your life, is it? But nice and strong. This other side is actually a lot better. There's that. So now the only thing left to do is to throw the wood back on, and let's see if that door opening fits. Okay, so it fits. There it is, just kind of taped into position. But you can see right there, we've got plenty of clearance here. And then on this side, we've got plenty of clearance here. I think if we end up needing to scoot this whole piece forward a little bit, we've got just a little bit of room right here that we might be able to push it up just a smidge. So, pretty neat. Alright, so I'm going to test fit the other side just to make double sure, and then I'm going to call it a night tonight. And I think this video is going to also show, I got this black bar here that I'm going to weld underneath
to run my wiring instead of that PVC. I think that'll be a lot better. So I think this video is going to show it. So if not, then I'll have to close this out as is. But I think I'm going to show that and show wiring up this trailer so that we can move on. Hopefully this is the last little bit of this episode of doing the trailer and the wiring. I have to remove this old wiring, which is old and ratty, so it just goes under here through this center and it pops out right here and then goes off to either side of the trailer. So I'm going to do that. Here are my two side marker lights. There's my new wire and my tail lights. Came with this center bar that I'm going to throw right on the middle back there. And then of course my black pipe that I have to figure out how to route. So I think it should be simple enough to route this. I'm going to have to just cut it down a little bit for both sides. But I'm going to get this set up and then we will show y'all what's up. So here's the general layout. This kit is designed already with the wires paired up how they should be. So here is my new end. And I just kind of have it laid out. So basically it's going to follow inside this pipe and then come out here and split just like this. My green brown's going this way. My brown yellow's going this way. And I'm just going to go under here like the stock wire was. Not in the pipe because it's pretty protected right up there. And it's going to split off and connect to my amber light here. And then continue on down to my tail light. So the issue we run into is staying protected underneath the trailer here. So that's what I have this black pipe for. And if I get down here, y'all can see what I'm talking about. So basically we have this angle here coming down and we have it a couple more places. My first thought was just to go underneath it and tack it on, but we run into an issue trying to get over the axle because there's not a lot of space here. So what I could do is just butt it up against here and then just send the wire, like cut the round pipe and just butt it up and then send the wire through and then start the tubing again on the other side. Or I could simply notch it out, but I don't really want to weaken it. I thought also I could drill a hole here and just send the pipe through, but I don't think I have a big enough bit, and that's a lot of hole to drill, I think, in this thick metal. So let me first thing I'm going to do, I know I have to cut my black pipe right in the middle, right at 5 feet each, so I can use it for both sides. So I'm just going to use that cutoff wheel like I've been using and cut that real quick. After going through a few different ideas on how to mount this, I don't think I'm going to use this pipe. I just can't find a nice clean way to do it. And I'm going to have to use some flexible conduit stuff to go over the axle anyways underneath the trailer. So I'm just like, why don't I just buy some of that black flex conduit and just use that from the get-go. That way it's all the same thing, same piece. The wire goes through one piece. And that'll be fine. So what I am going to do is go ahead and at least mount my lights, and then we can wire up the lights.
Tomorrow I'll pass the state line. You'll be nothing but a memory left behind. And this will be the last time I'm pushed over, left for dead on the inside. Morro Bay is calling, and Monterey and San Diego too. But I know where my friends are. They'll always be there when I turn. And so I gather up myself, take a trip out to the west.
Alright, I've been messing with the wiring for a minute. I don't know if these instructions are not for this particular kit, because each of these lights has a ground wire. I don't know. The instructions say this is designed for one ground, but it doesn't seem to be the case, because right now I can't get the lights to come on. So I'm probably going to have to ground each light, is my guess. Maybe that works. I figured it out. I decided I couldn't give up, and so I grounded each light, as you can see. Grounded each light where they should be, and we have lights. So this will end the video, and I'm going to tidy it up later on. But we have lights. And this is also a cool time to show y'all how I use my little power box right here. So I have my trailer wires coming in, and I plugged it into a pigtail, put my ground right here, and then all of my other powers, my green, yellow, and brown right there, going into this little SAE. That's all I had, and my little jumper cables right here. Here's my little jumpers, and I plugged that into my battery terminals, and then all I have to do is connect that, and then boom, we have light. So this little battery box is pretty cool, already coming in handy. Let's look over here just for the heck of it and see how much voltage we're down to 13.1, and this trailer is going to be using 0.2 amps. So anyways, that's pretty cool. Be sure to stay tuned and follow us on Facebook at RotoCityTech, on Instagram at RotoCityTech, and of course here on YouTube at RotoCityTech. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and like these videos. Comment if I'm doing anything that you're like, hey, why are you doing that, or that's wrong, or maybe tips, tricks, ideas. Anyways, thank y'all for watching, and thanks for supporting RotoCityTech.
Just my car and me. And when